So why does my death smell like strawberries? And my skin feels so smooth. Is this a bath bomb?
Oh man, I totally grabbed the wrong one. Listen up, Rangers! Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve, and today we'll be going over the X Plus Deforeal of Dr. Serizawa, the black and white version, who I also think is from... Oh, maybe it was just X Plus. I was thinking maybe Star Ace was a part of this one, but I guess I'm wrong. I only see the X Plus and Plex logos on this guy. But anyways, decided to pick this guy out just because I really like Dr. Serizawa from the original film. Got the black and white version just because, well, the movie's in black and white, so it seemed kind of weird to have him in color. Then I just thought it was a really neat design. Almost canceled the pre-order though, I'm not gonna lie, because I seen that they are supposed to be doing like an actual like normal size version of this figure, which I definitely would prefer, don't get me wrong, but still kind of wanted to have an Oxygen Destroyer in my collection. Granted, I could 3D print one, but it's nice to have like something a little more, I guess, authentic is the best way to say it. That I just thought it was a neat little figure. Also kind of reminds me of BioShock in ways, and also has a little Godzilla in the viewing glass screen ting. Yeah, so thought it was cool enough to still merit a purchase, but we'll see how it is after the review. So anyways, without further ado, for his packaging, I'm gonna slide him over here. Maybe. How far can I get you without you falling off the table? There we go. But we have just plain old gray box. You got a little bit of a smash look here on the bottom with Godzilla. You got the company logo, Plex, copyrights 2021. Side of the package, Dr. Serizawa in English. Other side, more of the same. On the top, get some more. I think that's Deforeal. Is that what that's supposed to say? Because it says it there too. I'm assuming. And on the back, more of the same, but with a bunch of stuff I can't understand. Some legal mumbo jumbo and some white on the bottom. But anyway, since we got him open up out of his cardboard prison, let's just get into him. Alright, so now that we got Dr. Serizawa open up out of its cardboard prison, first and foremost, this is going to be a fairly quick review because he's kind of tiny and not a whole heck of a lot going on. But he does come with an accessory, which is the Oxygen Destroyer. Which for the Oxygen Destroyer, you get the metal cylinder on the inside, which is actually nice to see that there's a slit, so it could... looks like that it could break apart just like it does in the movie where it shifts and then bubbles. And you also got the metal rods here for the connecting pieces. You do see a little bit of glue there for the plastic here, which it's a little distracting because you kind of see it at certain angles. Though the nice thing is I guess it kind of lines up with the metal rod there, so it's not super bad. Also, to me, looks like not even looks like, the plastic's a little warped here for some of the connecting pieces. You can see it kind of bends a little bit in certain sections, which I guess kind of makes it feel more authentic because it just looks more like a thrown together prop that way. Though, I imagine, I'm not exactly certain how they assembled this, but this looks more like a couple of construction pieces or something for plumbing kind of put together. You think it wouldn't really have those issues, but for the rest of it, it's just metallic silver. What's cool though is you do get some gauges here and a little knob, which has a little bit of a copper tinge to it. And overall, really nice. You even get some little knobs there too. Like, it looks like the Oxygen Destroyer. It does its job. The one thing is like, I guess like in terms of scale, it does work for this. Because it was pretty big next to the character. It's just weird because this looks like a legit prop, and then you have Mr. Stubby here that holds on to it. And it's a little odd, to say the least. Now, going over the actual figure here, one thing to point out is that I wasn't expecting is the tube on the back here is an actual rubber cable. So it definitely flops around. Now, it's not hollow. So it's literally just a little rubber rod. And one thing, personally, I kind of want to do if I do display this guy upstairs is I want to have this upright somehow to make it look more like how it did in the movie. So it seems like he's descending because this is where the air would have been coming in. And I think it'd be really cool to have it just being laying around on the desk. And it might have been nice to maybe had some way with the figure to have it upright. Though it might have been kind of weird to have a little stand hanging around. But maybe something like some way to hook it, or maybe like this slides into something. And then you can like stick it to a shelf. Because a lot of these things are usually displayed in shelving anyways, or like detail shelves. So maybe some way to actually like stick it onto something. And then have it upright. I think would have been pretty sweet. But for the rest of the detailing, you have for the helmets, you can see Godzilla on the inside, which all that is just a little cutout piece of paper or cardstock with Godzilla from the movie on it. But looks nice, black and white. Would have been kind of cool to maybe have like some kind of light up effect though for this. She probably could have fit something in there just so that shows up a little bit better, because with a lot of the grays on this guy, it tends to kind of blend in, especially if you don't have as much lighting as I do currently right here. It doesn't stand out nearly as well. But that probably would have bumped up the cost on this guy, I would imagine. Or then that would have been like, well, the Rick would have been light up and made me sad. But he does have the number 2 on the top of the head, because there was 2 divers that went down. But the helmet looks really nice. Done in the same... I guess it's metallic. You can see the flakes there. It just looks a little bit more gray here, but there is a little bit of a shine to it. And then black here for the other port windows. And you got little lever, and then you got a little lever there, whatever that's for. Got some knobs here, I'm not even sure. But you have the weights hanging out in the front and the back to keep them on the bottom of the ocean. With the little clamps here to clasp it to the top of the suit. The actual suit's done in a light gray with a dark gray for the shadowing, which is kind of speckled throughout. Makes sense to where they placed it, where it's underneath some of the clothing here, where pretty much the folds and the wrinkles of the suit is. You got some bracers around the wrist here, and then some actual different texturing for around the hands, because these have just been kind of like gloves that would have slid over. And they have a little bit more of a cream color to the top of it. And then for his boots, got the dark grays for the front, with some rope wrapping around it to keep the shoe secure. And overall, it's a super solid looking figure. Paint job's pretty good. Like for pretty much a little like Funko Pop-ish character. I think they did a pretty solid job. For the articulation, literally nothing. His arms are going to be permanently staying like that. You can't rotate the head. So please, for the love of God, make sure you don't lose this Oxygen Destroyer, because if he's not holding on to it, it looks a little weird. Kind of like he wants you to come in for a hug. A bro hug. There's quick comparisons here. We have the Deforeal Dr. Serizawa compared to actually some other Deforeals in my collection. Oddly enough, both Rick exclusives. With the Godzilla who came with the baby Godzillas from 1998, and the light up Gridman from SS Gridman. And here's next to some X Plus figures. Well, sort of X Plus. This was Star Ace, but still, same-ish company. With the Godzilla 1971, this one's also a Rick, which is oddly enough. I don't have that many Ricks, but they're all currently in this video. And the Star Ace Allosaurus from 1 million years BC. I think I said the movie right. Only reason I have this guy is because a buddy sent this in for a commission because he was damaged. And I ended up just straight up buying it off him because I thought he looked cool, and he ended up ordering another one anyways. And this is the one that had the cracked foot, which you can currently see isn't really noticeable anymore. And here's next to some other Godzilla 1954 figures in my collection with the SH Monster Arts and Bandai. And because I just like to call them more detailed Funko Pops, here he is next to some Funko Pops. With the Godzilla vs. Kong with the atomic breath piece and the original Funko Pop Godzilla. And here he is randomly with some other stuff. Kitty, are you under my table? I hear you. Anyways, we have the McFarlane Toys Gunslinger Spawn figure and the SH Figure Art Shin Ultraman. Cat, get out from under there. And here is compared next to a cat whose name is conveniently Servo. Oops. Not sure if the oxygen destroyer is going to work on him. Uh-oh, he likes the tube. Servo like the tube? Huh? You like playing with your tube? Huh? Yep. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say cat. He's still a kitty. But anyways. So overall for the X Plus Deforeal Dr. Serizawa, this guy's neat. It's definitely nice to see some more obscure figures coming out of X Plus instead of just giving us the more typical Godzilla Deforeals or even just some of the random kaijus, and giving us some of the actual characters that you followed along through the journey of watching the movies. And I kind of hope they do more of this. Like, again, I would prefer more like standard scale. But even Deforeals of some of the characters like Nimikawa would be cool. Douglas Gordon, oh my god, if we could get a Don Fry figure, that'd be fantastic. And just kind of more stuff akin to that. And even seeing some of the other companies like Mezco's doing some of the human characters. Well, at least they're doing the fairies. But they've like just started the line. And they're already kind of embracing giving us some of the more characters that we've grown up with. While some companies that have been putting these guys out forever are just now kind of getting around to it. And personally, I kind of want to support this just because, again, I want to see more characters come out than just Godzilla and Kaiju. While granted, that's mainly what I'm here for is my giant monsters, don't get me wrong. But it's just nice to kind of have the movies that you loved even more fleshed out in your collection than just having the monsters. But anyways, what do you guys think? If you guys picked up this figure, what's your favorite Godzilla human character? Or zillions, just more thing, please let us know in the comments. We also have an Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, and Facebook. Guys, like to keep up with the day with channel and donate. We greatly appreciate it. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.